Hello everybody and welcome, my name is Gara Benton, and today here on this exciting Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be going over my Spiral deck profile. That's right, Master Plan was banned like the last ban list, and I decided that after playing Synchro Eldritch for a little bit and absolutely hating it, that I should take a look at a deck that I thought would be pretty fun to play. And the I had two options. I had Altergeist and I had Spirals. And so I thought, let's take a look at Spirals. And I went to my locals yesterday, and we had 20 or 21 people. I don't really remember. So 5 rounds. And I went X1-1. My loss was to Trains, and I tied against Sky Strikers because we were both just countering everything that we did. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. And there will be a combo tutorial probably tomorrow or the next day, whenever I get around to uploading it, going over the infinite negate combo that this deck is capable of doing. Yeah, that's right. Infinite negate Spiral. You thought Extra Link was bad? Infinite negate Spiral. All right. So, first off, for our super agents, we play, well, 3 Spiral Super Agent. That's kind of the heart and soul of the deck. A lot of your cards require a Super Agent, so this is pretty good. And then I also play 2 Spiral Tough, which is also treated as Super Agent. And the reason why I did that is because against certain matchups, you want to go second, and Tough is really good going second. There was a game where I was able to activate Tough's effect 4 times in one turn because he is a soft once per turn, and I started off with I was able to like summon drones, I think off 1 for 1 or something, and so I knew the top card, and then I just kept bringing Tough back and popping all the cards on the field. Really awesome. So those are our 5 super agents. And then I also played 3 copies of Spiral Gear Drone. This card did come back to 3, and that brought some pretty crazy combos for this. Really, you need any way to get to 2 spiral monsters on the field at the same time to do the combo. So this plus another card in our deck, which we'll talk about when we get to it, made things really good. Plus, knowing the top card of your opponent's deck and being able to arrange those cards helped out a lot against the Sky Striker player. I think when I looked at the top 3 cards of his deck, it was 3 Ash Blossoms, and I just laughed really hard. And then for our one-ups, we play 1 Quick Fix. So our searchers. This being at 1 is the reason why this deck can still play. And then 1 Sleeper, which isn't as consistent to get on your ending board if you don't open it, and if you don't, there's still a couple ways to search it, but you really have to open it, or open one of your searchers and not need your resort search for Sleeper. And then of course we play the last resort for the Sleeper. I may think about bumping Sleeper up to 2 because there were times where I wanted it and I didn't have it. But I don't know. It's kind of a brick card unless you have your full board already. And then we're still playing the triple Magician Souls. And then we're playing the 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician. This card is still really good because it helps get you another level 1 on the board. It gets you a level 1 Dark on the board, which is important for the combo. Apprentice Illusion Magician is also dark, which is really good. So if you draw this, it's not terrible, but it's not great. And then sometimes Magician Souls can just unbreak your hands by sending some spells and traps to the grave, drawing 2, and maybe you draw into a starter or something. Still pretty good. It's not as good as when we had Master Plan, but it's still pretty good. And then for our hand traps, we play 2 DD Crow because DD Crow is searchable in this deck through the combo, and then 3 Infinite Impermanence. This could be Ash, this could be Valor, this could be whatever you need it to be. I chose Impermanence. I may choose Ash later, but for now I chose Impermanence because it's what I found first. And then the last 2 monsters for the combo is 1 Mist Valley Apex Avian and 1 Mist Valley Thunderbird. This is your infinite negate combo where Avian bounces Thunderbird back to your hand, special summons it, and it's infinite negates. There's a way to easily get around this once, which I'll explain probably in the combo tutorial, but it's still really good. Now, moving on to our spell cards, we played 3 machine duplications. Now, why would I play 3 machine duplications? Well, there's a little combo where you go normal drones, look at the top cards of their deck. If they ash, or not ash, if they imperm or Veiler your drones, you machine dupe, and then you get 2 more drones, which is full combo. And then you also get to look at the top cards of your opponent's hand again, which is really, really awesome. So we play 3 machine dupe. I normally side out one of these copies for side deck cards because once you resolve one, they're dead, but it's still pretty good. And then we are playing a combo deck that loses heavily to hand traps. So 3 Call by the Graves. This card actually won me a game against Salad and didn't brick me like it normally does, where I was able to resolve 2 of the Call by the Graves in 1 turn to just completely kill his turn and then set up the Infinite Negates the next turn, which is really, really good. And then 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. This also helps with the combo because you play the 1 Spiral Mission Assault going into our 1-ofs, and if you also play the 1 of Trap, the Spiral Mission Rescue, which we'll get to. But if you Foolish Burial the Assault and you have like a Super Agent and a Tough, or a Super Agent and a Drones, and you miss the Super Agent call, or because they like Veil your drones or something, I don't know. But you need another card, another Spiral that you have in your hand. You can banish this from your graveyard to summon it. The Foolish Burial Goods helps you get it in the graveyard. This worked out for me one time, which is really good. Never really hurt me. And then for our 1-of spells, 1 Big Red Monster Reborn, 1 Spiral Resort because it's at 1. If it was at 3, I'd love this deck. 1 Terraforming because you got to search the resort. 1 Were Arthau. I didn't want to play multiples because this card's kind of bad. I think I used it to search like a DD Crow against Salamangreat, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. I may cut this card for another sleeper or something. I don't know. 1 second copy of Sleeper, which I don't know why I just don't play the second copy of Sleeper. I guess with these 2 cards, they are decent discards for Magician Souls, but this is a neg 1 to search Sleeper, so I don't know. That may just become a second copy of Sleeper. And then 1 Monster Reborn, 1 for 1. These are just extenders, which are really great. Monster Reborn and Big Red is how I was able to do. I did Assault, Monster Reborn, and Big Red to do Tough 4 times in 1 turn, which is really, really awesome. And then for our last 2 traps, play 1 Rescue and 1 Utility Wire. This Utility Wire caught a Sky Striker player off guard because he had Mystic Mine on the field, and I used it to bounce his Mystic Mine back, which is really, really good. And then I was able to OTK him. But yeah, I mean, he rescues a Monster Reborn as well, which is kind of cool. And that's it for the 40 card main deck. I think there's improvements that can be made to this deck. I kind of net decked. I don't remember whose profile I watched for this. I changed a few things for some things that I didn't like. But basically cards that used to brick me when I played Spirals, I kind of limited down so that way I can have more consistency cards. I added a couple more hand traps. And yeah, but now moving on to the extra deck. Play 1 Linkuriboh and 1 Relinquished Anima. These are both used for the combo. Technically, you could play 2 Linkuribohs, but Anima has some utility going second, which is kind of cool. And those are our Link 1s. For our Link 2s, we played 2 Spiral Double Helix. I don't think you need to play 3. I think 2 is fine. And then the 1 Barricade Board Blocker, which is just a generic discard. Don't know if it's really necessary. I never went into it in my 5 rounds. I need to do more testing with this deck to see, but that could be cuttable. 1 IP Masquerena, which is kind of the card that you go into if you have the extra resources, because then you can IP into either Appaloosa or Boral Sword or something that you need. Once you do the full combo, because we do play Union Carrier, and Union Carrier is how we get the Infinite Negates. And so if you end with IP Union Carrier, then during your opponent's main phase, you can link your IP 4 and your Union Carrier for the Appaloosa to get 2 more monster negates. So if they like Ghost Ogre, your Thunderbird, or something like that, then you, or try and gamma you or something like that, you have the Appaloosa negate. And then we play one Nightmare Phoenix, and the card that I'm missing is one Nightmare Cerberus. I played with 14 cards in my extra deck because I don't really know where my Nightmare Cerberus is right now. So that is the 15th card in the extra deck. Then we played one Nightmare Unicorn for our Link 3s, and then one Simorgh, which is needed for the combo. And then for our Link 4s, played one Appaloosa, one Boral Sword, and one Axis Code Talker. I tried out Axis Code Talker. It was really cool. It actually won me the game against Salad because I was able to beef him up, pop a bunch of cards, not Salad, Sky Strikers, and attack over them their game one at a time. And then the last card is the only non-link monster we play, is one Lyrilisk Recital Starling. This card is needed for the combo, and this is how you search your DD Crow. Now, just briefly going over the side deck, it's kind of similar to the Spiral side deck that I used to play. We played 3 Nibiru for combo decks. We played 3 Gamma, 1 Driver for combo decks because hitting the Needle Fiber really hurts them. Played 3 Cosmic Cyclone because it hurts Eldritch. 2 Dark Ruler No More because it hurts Emancipator. And I think this card isn't that great. So, I mean, it's great for our deck, but it's not that great against a lot of decks. So that's why it's at 2 and not 3 because I needed to cut a card for the Driver. And then 3 evenly matched because this is just a blowout against back row decks. And yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy my Spiral Infinite Negate deck profile. Like I said, there will be a combo tutorial tomorrow or the next day or sometime this week showing off the Infinite Negate combo in Spiral. It's super easy. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.